Hi, I know I haven't uploaded in a bit, but that's only because I've been working really hard to make this video good. I love Pokémon and wanted to show that love by making a video everyone will enjoy. I know other people have done Nuzlockes on YouTube, but the great part about Nuzlockes is how every run is different. So without further ado, I bring you Pokémon Shield, but it's a Nuzlocke. Please enjoy.
Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokémon, where Pokémon live with us on the ground, in the sea, and even in the air. Those who enslave Pokémon and force them to battle are known as Pokémon trainers. And the greatest trainer of them all is Leon, the champion of the Galar region. And you are about to embark on an amazing journey. You are about to start in Nuzlocke. That means if one of your Pokémon faints, it is dead. And you can only catch the very first Pokémon you see on every route. Not to mention, you have to name each and every Pokémon you get, so you feel even more sad when they perish.
As I'm watching Chairman Rose on my phone, our friend Hop barges into my house. He explains that the champion, Leon, is coming into our town of Pozik. Leon is supposedly the best Pokémon trainer ever. He has never lost an official match. And he is also Hop's brother. We head outside so I can meet him, and the first thing we see is a sheep called Wooloo hitting its head on a fence, so we're off to a great start. Then Hop and I go meet Leon, who gives us gifts.
Ah, you must be that lad. I am Leon, and I am super humble and also the best. You boys are only kids, but you're old enough now to travel the world with just your pets that you will fight to the death with, and that's called being Pokémon trainers. So, which one do you choose to be your best friend for the rest of your lives, unless it dies? Choose carefully. This is an important
I choose the monkey.
I choose the sad one.
And no one chooses the fire type. Because he's dumb. I chose the grass type, Grookey, and name him Drummer Boy because he likes to make music by hitting stuff with his twig. Hop and I then have our first battle. Hop already has two Pokémon, those being Sobble his starter, and Wooloo. Despite Hop having two Pokémon, and me only having one, Drummer Boy easily beats them. And thus, the Nuzlocke has begun. We hear a loud noise in the distance so Hop and I go to investigate. The fence that the sheep was running into earlier is now open, and the sheep is gone. We go beyond the fence and into the forest it was guarding. The forest is pretty dark and foggy, but we keep on going so we can hopefully save the Wooloo. We wander around for a bit and soon enough we are lost in the thick fog. We hear footsteps approach and out comes this big wolf with a shield on it. Wait. Shield. Shield. Pokémon with a shield. Pokémon Shield. Gasp. So this Pokémon is probably pretty important considering how the game is named after it. Assuming that it's super strong, we try to attack it, but none of our attacks do a thing to it. They just pass right through. Like a ghost. Spooky. The Pokémon fogs up the forest even more until we can't see anything. By the time the fog cleared, the wolf is gone and Leon arrived. We told him about the doggo with a shield and he says he's never heard of a Pokémon like that. To find out more about the Pokémon we go see Sonia. She is the assistant to the Pokémon professor and, according to Leon, she makes really good food. On the way to see her I caught this tiny bug which I proceeded to name Chuck. Sonia tells us that she hasn't heard of the Pokémon either, so we go to the smartest person in town, Professor Magnolia. She also says she has never heard of that Pokémon, but she does tell us about these things called wishing stars. They make a Pokémon grow really big, aka Dynamaxing. Dynamaxing makes a Pokémon really strong, but it's potentially dangerous, and there's still a lot to learn about it. With strong Pokémon in mind, Hop challenges me to another battle, which Drummer Boy and Chuck easily win again. As a result of the battle, Chuck evolves into a cocoon. Conveniently, right as the battle is over, two wishing stars fall from the sky, letting me and Hop Dynamax Pokémon during official battles. And with that, Hop and I decided that it's time to leave town and start our journey as Pokémon trainers. We say goodbye to our moms, and we head on a train to the wild area. The Wild R is this vast area of nature where many Pokémon can roam freely, unless you catch them. The problem with this area is that it has no routes, so I don't know how many Pokémon to catch there. I decided to catch 3 Pokémon in 3 different areas. One in the bottom left, one on the right, and one from the top. I caught my first one on the left and got a Corphish, which I named Corey. With my team of 3, I headed into Motostoke. Chuck fully evolved into a beautiful butterfly. The name is very fitting. Also in Motostoke, I was introduced to Team EL. They are a group of fans obsessed with this girl named Marnie, who is also in the gym challenge with me. Speaking of gym, I also met the gym leaders that I would be facing. I was told that the first one would be Milo, the grass type leader. I like Milo because his face looks like a ditto face, so he's good in my book. To get to Milo's gym, I had to go west from Motostoke, past Route 3. On that route Drummer Boy evolved into Bigger Drummer Boy, and I caught a fighting panda, who I named Kung Fu Panda. Then one battle later he almost died to a bug. We went through Gala Mine, where I caught Rocky, and met this dude named Bede. I can't tell if he's my age, or super old, because of his grandma hair. But his age isn't important. What is important is that Kung Fu Panda murdered his whole team, and we're out of the cave. Right out of the cave is where Milo's gym is, but before I take on the gym, I get another encounter. I find a Meowth, but Kung Fu Panda knocks it out, so I guess I'm not getting that encounter. Then I saw Sonia, who was looking at this hill with a weird drawing on it. She thinks it has something to do with the Darkest Day. The Darkest Day was a time where a whole bunch of Pokémon started Dynamaxing out of nowhere, and accidentally breaking everything. After Sonia gave me a history lesson, it was time for the first gym battle. Most of my team is bad against grass, and Kung Fu Panda is only okay against them. So I mainly use Chuck since he has super effective moves. Chuck and I are confident we can beat Milo, but when we enter the gym, we aren't met with Milo, we're met with sheep. You see, each gym in this region has a challenge before you battle, to see how prepared you are. This gym trial is to roll the Wooloo from one end of the room to the other. I don't know why, but I did it, and it time to battle. As soon as the battle started I Dynamaxed Chuck and knocked out his Gossifleur in one hit. Then Milo sent out his other Pokémon, Eldegoss, which he Dynamaxed, but I was able to knock it out too with 2 hits, meaning Chuck single-handedly beat the grass gym, and won our first gym badge. After the gym I headed on to Route 5 where Rocky evolved, and I got a Toxel, which is literally the baby Pokémon, so he isn't very strong, but I added him to the team anyway. After that route was Hulbury, the home of the second gym. This gym challenge was basically a plumber's nightmare. What you have to do is hit colored buttons to clear certain pipes, but it wasn't as hard as it sounds, so I beat it pretty easily. Now it was time to face the water specialist Nessa. Since she uses water types, Drummer Boy handled them well. The lowest he ever got was 15 health, so we beat the second gym just as easy as the first. With 2 easy gyms down, I was feeling pretty good. To get to the third gym I had to pass through another cave, where B challenged me to another battle. I guess I let my guard down too much from the last battles because this happened. Corey's health was in the green, but Bede's Pokémon attacked first and did over half, killing Corey. Oof. Full of rage, Drummer Boy murdered the rest of Bede's team. After that battle we headed back to Motostoke for our third gym battle, but not before Marnita challenges me to a battle. I guess Drummer Boy was still mad about Corey because he murdered all of Marnie's Pokémon with a fiery passion. I stayed at a hotel that night and the next morning it was already time for gym number 3. This one is fire type, so I really with Corey was around for this one. Not to mention, my 2 best Pokémon are weak to fire, so I decided Rocky will be my star Pokémon for this gym. The gym challenge was literally just catching Pokémon, and since the gym is its own area, I got a Vulpix which I named Blaze. Then it was time for the battle with the fire type gym leader Kobu, which I was pretty nervous about considering how I lost Corey so unexpectedly. First he sent out Ninetales, which I whittled down using Sand Tomb. It took a while, but he was not doing much damage to me, because Rocky was holding leftovers, which heal some health after every turn. Then he sent out Arcanine, which I also whittled down. Eventually, I beat both Pokémon but I was out of usage for Sand Tomb. Kobu sent out his last Pokémon, Centiskorch, and Yiganato maxed, while I Dynamaxed Rocky. Luckily, none of its moves did too much either, and I eventually whittled it down as well. It took a while, but I got my third gym badge. As I was leaving the stadium, Hop and all the previous gym leavers came by to wish us luck, and told us we needed to head to a town called Nuzlocke next. On my way there I decided to get my second wild area encounter while Hop and Bede were fighting in the background. I got this girl with a bunch of knives on her, which I named Puncture. Hop stayed in the wild data train after losing to Bede, so we went on to Nuzlocke, where Chairman Rosenbeed has a mysterious meeting about wishing stars, those things that make Pokémon grow into big boys. So I left Bede and headed on to Route 6 for the next gym, but not before fighting Team Yell who almost killed Chuck. Also on Route 6, Puncture and Tone had a double battle where Puncture lived on 1 HP. Anxiety intensifies. Despite having a heart attack, Tone finally evolved from that battle, meaning he will actually be good. Then I entered Stow Side, which is basically New Mexico from what I understand. Well, there Hop challenged me to another battle, but I guess he is on a losing streak because he just lost to Bede and now I beat him effortless too. From that battle Kung Fu Panda evolved into an absolute monster, which I got really lucky with. By the way, Kung Fu Panda only evolves at level 32 if there is a dark type on the team. Luckily I had Puncture, who is a dark type, so Kung Fu Panda was able to evolve. I was feeling pretty good after that, so I headed straight into the Ghost Gym, which has a really easy mission. It is just a giant game of pinball with some trainers, but Puncture and Kung Fu Panda killed anything that got in our way. Then it was time for the Ghost Gym battle with the coolest gym leader ever, Alistair. I like him because he wears a cool mask and he's an introvert. Anyway, Kung Fu Panda beat Alistair's first 3 Pokémon, but he was tired after that, so for Jenga I switched in Puncture. Jenga is a super strong Pokémon, but Puncture resists all of its moves and was at full health, so I thought it would be fine. Well, Jenga used Hex and one-shot Puncture, even though it was not very effective. What the heck? I was able to heal up and Dynamax Kung Fu Panda to win the battle, but that really sucked. There was no reason that move should have killed Puncture, but it did. And there's nothing I can do about it, because this is a Nuzlocke. But I'm still sad about it. Well, after I left the gym Sonia was in town, so she helped me cope with my loss. But as we were talking, we heard a deafening explosion from the ruins nearby.
Rad, what in the world was that? Sounds like it came from the direction of the ruins too.
That's a good question, Sonia. What was that? Tune in next time to find out. That's right. This is a 2-parter. I wish I could include the entire game on one video, but I think that would just take too long. So make sure you are subscribed so you get notified when I post part 2 and see what happens next. I'ma leave now so I can get working on that. Bye lads. See you soon.